Greetings, guys. Back at you with another video. So tonight I thought we'd talk about the incubus and succubus spirit and what it is, right? Now, I got my notes out, so you might want to get your notes out too. Also, if you're very sensitive to energy and you don't know how to shield your mind and your energetics field, you might not want to watch this video. Okay, so now the incubus and succubus spirits, they can shapeshift, right? You remember in the movie Beowulf when he went down into that little tomb or whatever, and old girl was like looking like Angelina Jolie, and then when it really showed its true form, it was like a reptilian or a dragon or some shit, right? Now, they can also shapeshift from male to female. So like say you're in this space where you're like, oh, that's my crush, or you are involved with someone, they travel through the dream space, right? And we're gonna talk about how they evolve from the dream space into like the 3D. So in the dream space, they can come to you in the form of somebody you lusted after, and it's always a very sexual experience. It's sex, bottom line. And so they're able to look like someone that you desire, and they're able to have sex with you in that energy. Now, the incubus is the male sex demon, and the incubus preys on women, especially when they're asleep. They will often become like fixated on a particular victim. They will attach themselves to you, drain you of your energy and your life force. They can put the victim in like a trance, similar to like sleep paralysis, rendering their victim unable to move or call for help. And so that's why, like, if you know that you often get spiritual visits and shit like that, for lack of better terms, or you tap into other energies, you want to be mindful of what's coming to you in the sleeping realm, especially if it's trying to like persuade you to be sexual, or like we often talk about, to eat something. It has to get inside of you in this space, right? Now, the succubus is the feminine sexual demon. Now, this is a little different. This one is like the beautiful seductress or enchantress. They have continuous encounters with, like, when they have continuous encounters with you, rather, they can also bring onto you like poor physical health, poor mental health. They're also known to visit men, but sometimes these succubus will visit women depending on what the energy is, what they're craving. They create illusions, and they suck souls as well as the incubus life force energy. You know, they do the same thing. Now, the incubus and the succubus, they can come to children very young, or sometimes they can come to them between the ages of like 15 through 19. But sometimes they can, depending on the type of trauma that's going on in the family, in the home, the bloodline and shit like that, they can come to your child as early as like 5 years old, okay? 2 years old. These energies don't age. Therefore, they're very old, and they hop from source to source. Now, they can also come to adults who are lustful, vengeful, power seeking, power hungry, or vulnerable. You know, like say you just excuse me, broke up with someone and you just kind of like lustful or in your sorrow or very depressed and lonely, oh, they will come to you too and they will feed off of you until they need something more. Now, they do love virgins, you know what I'm saying? Or people who are like abstaining or celibate, but they really don't have like a they have a preference, but they're so low vibrational, they don't even care. Like, they'll even attach themselves to someone who's just extremely lustful, like someone who just lusts after everyone, you know, they'll attach themselves to that too. um Now, they also come in the form of sexual nightmares. um Mirrors are portals for them. Now, these types of messages aren't for everybody, so you have to use your own discernment to know if any of this even resonates with you. But they use mirrors as a portal to come into your room, to come into your dream space. Now, when you find yourself or one of your loved ones being harnessed by the incubus and succubus spirit, you'll notice that they're very irritable. And if they're very strong or have gotten attached to a certain person, they will create chaos within the home, within the relationship, the family ship, you know. They love to drive wedges between family. They do this in order to feast and gain more energy without interruption, because they can go all day, you know. They will keep you in your bed all day if they can. And if you become numb to this and numb to your senses and shut off your intuitive energy, you won't even be able to fight back. Even in the astral realm or spiritual realm, whatever you resonate with. They can like move through low vibrational people who only care for meaningless sexual encounters. And like, what I mean by meaningless sexual encounters, like, you ever met someone or dated someone that was just like fucking on any and everybody? They had no preference. They were just like, oh, that person gave me attention, I'm on it. If you ever knew someone like that, that's that kind of energy. They love that because then they can harness you, indulge you in that, cutting off certain senses to make you think that it's not healthy for your spiritual health. Therefore, they can eat and feast and live out their desires through you. They will often also come to the broken-hearted people, the depressed individuals who have no control over their sexual desires. And a lot of times when children are young and they've been sexually abused, it can cause them to be hypersexual. And then those types of those demons, the incubus and succubus, feed off of that. And so that's why you have to be very protective and mindful of your youth, your children, what's going on with them. If they ask to sleep with you, let them. There's a reason why they want to sleep with you. They may not know how to verbalize it, explain it, but there's often a reason. Sometimes